The Masterclass series is graciously funded by the National Endowment for the Arts. Art Works. In an age where college funding is limited, education resources are questionable, and arts programs are being cut, the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts, better known as CAAPA, has stepped up to the plate. Inspired by CAAPA as part of its commitment in supporting classical music education and performance artists throughout the United States and abroad, we offer the Masterclass series. CAAPA marries serious music students with acclaimed music masters of color, targeting historically black colleges and universities, or HBCUs, high school performing arts schools, and music conservatories, including the universities of Alabama State, Clark Atlanta, Fisk, Hampton, Howard, Lane College, Morgan State, North Carolina Central, Spelman College, Virginia State, and Xavier University of Louisiana. Since its launching in 2014, the Masterclass series helps students work on technique, improve stage presence, fine-tune performances, and build self-confidence. While emphasis is placed on classical music students to participate in the Masterclass series, audiences and faculty members are also encouraged to attend the free-to-the-public sessions. An exciting and fresh way to help CAAPA bring color to the classics. The Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts, in partnership with the Black Opera Alliance, presents the Masterclass series, the premier Black classical music masterclass series.
You are the voice of the people. Poetry is a path to freedom.
American baritone Eric Greene's current and future engagements includes Benny Kid Paret and Benny Paret Jr. in Terence Blanchard's Champion at the Metropolitan Opera, the title role of Dalla Piccola's Il Prigioniero with the London Symphony Orchestra with Maestro Papano conducting.
All that I could be. Pull off your shirt and throw away your hat. Kick off your shoes and stamp down the stock.
Most recent engagements include the role of Wotan in Das Rheingold with the City of Birmingham Symphony Orchestra, Porgy in Porgy and Bess at Theater an den Wein and English National Opera, and the title role of Rigoletto with Opera North. Martin Kettle of The Guardian said of his Rigoletto, "The warmth of his singing is beguiling." Richard Nixon in Nixon in China with the Scottish Opera, Henry Davis in Weil's Street Scene with Teatro Real, the leading role of Janitor in the world premiere of Tansy Davies' Between Worlds with the English National Opera at the Barbican, and the world premiere of Hannah Kendall's one-man chamber opera, The Knife of Dawn, at the Roundhouse. He is a native of Baltimore, Maryland, and attended the Juilliard School of Music in New York.
The story
Facilitating today's masterclass is baritone Eric Greene. Hello, everyone, and welcome to CAAPA's virtual masterclass series. My name is Angela Renée Simpson. I am the program director and your host for this series. I would like to thank the Black Opera Alliance and its Leadership Council for agreeing to partner with us today in bringing color to the classics. To the BOA members who are observing via Zoom, we will have a short question and answer session after Mr. Greene finishes working with Mr. Davis. Please feel free to use the chat button for any questions you may have. And those who are watching Facebook Live, please post your questions in the comments. Now, without further ado, I bring to you our music master, baritone Eric Greene, followed by BOA member, tenor Mr. Reykwaan Adorno. Welcome, Mr. Greene, and welcome, Mr. Adorno. I will leave you to it. Take care.
Hello, I am Reykwaan Adorno, and I will be singing Creole Girl by Leslie Adams. When you dance, do you think of Spain? Purple skirts and clipping castanets. Creole girl, Creole girl, Creole girl, Creole girl. When you laugh, do you think of France? Golden wine and mincing minuets. Creole girl, Creole girl, Creole girl, Creole girl. When you sing, do you think of young America? Gray guns and battling bayonets. When you cry, do you think of Africa? Blue nights and casual canzonets. When you dance, do you think of Spain? Purple skirts and clipping castanets. Creole girl, Creole girl, Creole girl, Creole girl.
Hi, Reykwaan. Thank you very much for your offering and preparation and courage to stand stand with the recording and do that. So big claps to you for that. So because we are not live, we're not in person, and also because you don't have a live pianist with you, I'm going to take. If you want to take note, did you bring a pencil to take notes or anything? If I say something, will you remember it? How are you going to do that?
Yes, I brought a pencil with me.
Okay, good. Okay, so let's talk. So first of all, um, let's talk about the piece in overall. Overall, as I said, let me compliment your voice. It is beautiful, and you have the notes. There's not a problem with any of those things. But I want to get more out of it than just the beautiful sound. I want to get something out of it than just just saying words. I want you to communicate something to us, and I'm going to challenge you with certain requests and just certain journeys of thought that I want to send you on for a little bit. Okay, so Creole Girl is the name of the song, and we know what Creole means and what girl means, right? But what does Creole Girl mean to you when you hear someone say Creole Girl? Does that strike up anything in you? What does that first bring to mind? If I say Creole Girl, if I say a Creole boy, what am I saying? Yeah,
When I hear Creole girl, I think of a complex person, a person
mm-hmm,
with a lot of history behind them. Um,
mm-hmm.
I think of a lot of culture, right? I personally think of like bright colors.
Okay,
I think of a Mardi Gras kind of situation
good.
with those kind of colors.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I just think of a really deep, complex history that
Okay.
creates a beautiful person.
Good. Okay. So what I can work with, and what you can work with is that you said you think of a girl with many or colorful. So with wearing colors. So colors automatically, it should invoke or something in you. It should provoke something in you. It should bring something to the color of your voice, right? And which I think I'm getting color. I hear bright colors. I hear something, but I don't feel whether you are looking at this girl in admiration. Are you looking at this girl? Are you admiring her? Are you looking at this girl? Are you the narrator? Or are you the admirer? Or are you telling us about this Creole girl? Or are you, engaging her in conversation? Are you saying, if we bring it, down to us talking now, you say, oh my gosh, girl, you are wearing that dress, or you have such a great style. I love the way you wear your hair. You look really, those shoes, oh my, are you complimenting her? Are you asking her, what makes you you? Are you the interviewer? How are you, what seat are you sitting in when you're telling us about Creole Girl? I need to know. Otherwise, I'm just listening to you make sounds, and they may be pretty and they may be okay, but you're not communicating to me, because you're saying, well, da, 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 da. So the beginning of the music. So already, do you see her? Did you spot her? Do you already have her attention? So if you already have her attention, and you're like, maybe she's moving around, you say, hey, 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 when you dance, are you thinking of Spain? Because something in her movement is Spanish, right? And Spanish in movement. So you're saying, uh, when you dance, do you think of Spain? Do you think of Spain? Because it has the dots on think of, right? You see the little dots there? So
Yes.
Miss Adams, Leslie Adams, has already put a couple of notations in there to give you something to work with, to give a little character. So so it's mezzo forte, you come out. When you dance, do you think of Spain? Do you think of Spain? Spain, Spain, purple skirts. So purple, purple. So if you're thinking of colors, what is purple? What is purple to you? What color does that give your voice? What colors are you going to make that? Purple skirt. So what are you going to do with it? What does that mean? What does that mean, Mr. Greene? Okay, it means, okay, what are you going to do with the P? Purple, purple skirts, purple skirt. So you're going to put skirt. So you really can really use your breath. And some may think, oh, you're using all your breath there. No, you're activating your breath. So your breath is saying, oh, I'm being used. Oh, so I can let it go. I can, you're releasing all of the technique. If we're talking technique, you're releasing here. Your diaphragm is engaged. The air is coming out so nicely, right? So you have these things that you can do with your text that can really make this come to life a little bit more and give you some nuances, give you some different colors, different nuances, just different, shadings and dynamics, so it's not all one thing, because, when something is pretty, you sort of take it for granted, or when something is a certain level, you take it for granted, and then we tune out, but if you bring your voice down, so different dynamics and things like that, that's what I'm thinking that I would work with you today that way. Okay. So let's think about purple skirts and clipping castanets. So you have clipping, because you have the CL, so you can do the CL, clip, you put the I of the vowel, clipping castanets. So you have all of that because it's there, it's in the music. And then the dotted rhythm on castanets, Creole girl. And then that's my Creole girl, it's that kind of thing. So you're calling a Creole girl, you say it, you keep calling her Creole girl, because, that's who she is. That's what she is. So you want to make something Creole. So that first Creole girl is maybe she smiled after you said clipping castanets. And then you caught her again, Creole girl. I'm sorry, I'm looking for the page. Creole girl. And then I want to challenge you to not get caught up in holding the notes over what is written, right? Because the only reason why I say that is because it gives you something when you laugh. Because if you hold the last Creole girl before when you laugh, you didn't give us a chance to get that sound of Creole girl out of our ear to hear you now engage her in something else. And then it comes mezzo piano. So I would observe that in some type of a way. I'm not saying to scale your voice back or sing lower. I know when I first began to study and was sing for people and sing for not master classes, but recitals, student recitals and things like that. When people would give you comments about dynamics, you take them so literally, but it's a shade, it's a color, and everyone's mezzo piano is different, because of the size of the voice or the timbre or the weight of the voice. So I want to challenge you to do something different with when you laugh. Hey, maybe laughter is in your voice. When you laugh, when you laugh. So you were taking the when you laugh. Do you think of France? So what is France? What does France mean to you? If you've never been to these places, you've seen pictures of it. You know what Spanish. You think of Spanish food, or maybe you think of flamenco dancers in Spain, or maybe when you think of Paris, you think of romance. You think of the Eiffel Tower. You think of delicious food. You don't have to. I don't necessarily think it's necessary for you to have gone to those places for you to give us a color or give us something, because you have enough information about the places that they're talking about here to, for you to give us something. Mm-hmm. Okay. So when you laugh, do you think of France? Do something with that. Golden, because you have those lines over golden wine. You have a slur, right? So do something with the golden wine, and it helps your legato. It's all of it. So it's going to work out wonderfully. Golden wine. And mincing minuets, da da da, 1, 2, 3, 1 minuet. So it's in 3, but you can even accentuate that da da da.
Yeah.
So just if you're showing that you're having fun looking at this girl, for whatever reason, if she's inspiring you, if you are attracted to her, or you're just admiring her beauty and just want to celebrate this Creole girl, you have to give that to us. Okay. Otherwise it's just, you're singing it's pretty. After a while we're like, okay, enough. Creole girl, you say that again. Now, when you get to this next part, if you would go with me, because I want you to do it again with, I know I'm giving you a lot of notes, but I think that I think that's the way we have to do it this way. So actually, I'm going to stop. I think I'll have enough time. If we stop, if you wouldn't mind doing it again up until before you get to the meno mosso, ma non troppo, before you get to that part, which is when you sing, do you think of America? So if we could stop and we'll work that second half together. But if you don't mind starting again, think about what we talked about. What does the Creole girl, as soon as you hear the music is already, you're spotting her. Maybe she's dancing, because that's what you say when you dance. You're like, what makes you dance that way? You know? So in other words, that's what you're saying, what makes you dance like that? Are you thinking of Spain? Are you think, you know? So give me that. Remember, try to be conscious of the notes that you're holding them for the value that they've been given, so you can then give us something new for the next one, okay? And don't forget, for when you laugh, you have something to give on you. When you laugh, because you want her, you're talking about her, specifically to her. You know, you want to hold her attention, because she seems to be someone that's elusive. Like, you have her 1 minute, but she's like, oh, no, I have to go here. Oh, no, I'm here. Nope, you missed me. So if that's the way you're playing her, which I think it would be helpful, is to keep her attention and keep us engaged, to use that when you laugh, when you dance, you know, and you have the of dance, which will get your breath also activated, okay? Yeah. So all of those things, I know it's a lot, but try that for me if you can, and incorporate as many as you can. But the important thing is that if you have it down, you can take it and work on it later, okay? Okay, let's try it.
When you dance, do you think of Spain? Purple skirts and clipping castanets. Creole girl, Creole girl, Creole girl, Creole girl. When you laugh, do you think of France? Golden wine and mincing minuets. Creole girl, Creole girl, Creole girl, Creole girl.
Okay, all right. That I saw a couple of different. I got a couple things you took on board, and I know it's hard to do it right away. So let's do this for me. Say da 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 da. Do that.
Da da.
So say Creole. Oh, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh. So if you say Creole, say Creole.
Creole.
Yeah. So Creole girl, Creole girl. Do that.
Creole girl, Creole girl.
Right. Okay. So at least a couple times, give me that rhythm. Give me that rhythm that's written, because you go Creole, Creole girl. It's just like you're begging her, and you're not begging her. You want to hold her attention. You know, you say Creole girl, Creole girl. You know, the excitement in your voice. The excitement should be in your voice about the Creole girl, because you say that so many times. You know, so I like that you're varying the way that you do it, but don't go away from the rhythm so much that it sounds all that da da is on like 2/8 notes, but it's a 16th. It's a dotted it's a 16th and a dotted 8th. You know, so it's Creole, but you want to give the vowel. You know, it's a space to resonate, but you do want to still give us the feeling that you're mesmerized, you're taken by this girl, you're excited. Really, it's that you're excited by this girl, you know? And yeah. So Please put that in for me. Please try to put that in. You know, and I think that when you laugh, do you think of fun? Do you think of yeah, I don't you did attempt to bring it back for when you laugh. Do you think of I need something else on France because you did France the same way you did Spain. Do you think of Spain? You did Spain. Do you think of France? You did the same thing. You know, so you know what I mean. That's what I'm talking. And that can happen. I would give you a suggestion: is maybe if you tape yourself, tape yourself trying to do those things. You just put the tape on and just do it. Not so much setting up with a piano or anything. You can do that at home by yourself, just to hear. If oh yeah, Mr. Greene was right. That does sound the same. You know, just because if you put this on an audition, if you put this on a competition. You can really it's impressive because it's easy in your voice. So if you can engage the judges or the adjudicators, it would be great. You know, you would have a real chance at doing something with it. You know, because I just think that you just doing your hands like that, I think it's better if it's in your body, if it's in the voice, if you're letting the colors, bringing the colors to your voice, out of your voice. And then there's so much that you can use there with the accents, with the rhythm, okay? And then thinking that way. Okay, so I'm gonna see if we have time to do the whole thing again, but let's go to the next section, as I said. So you have when you. So those lines over there, does that mean you can act, you can, let me see, I don't wanna say the wrong word, to put you in the wrong.
5 minutes, Mr. Greene, 5 minutes.
Okay. So it's when you sing, do you think of America? So I want you to more so feel like old Hollywood here, if you understand what I mean, and maybe like that it's still in 3, but you have that swaying of that whisking. It takes you away. You're sort of whisked away by this melody. And what you're saying here, and you have gray guns and batting bayonets. So you have battling bayonets. You have the 2 B's. You can really let those be very plosive to give us another bit of a bite there, okay? I don't see you anymore, but do you see me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, there you are. Okay. Do you think of Africa? When you get the Africa, don't be afraid to really sing into that Africa. But on the high side, the way you've been doing Africa, right in front of you, and bring it back Africa. Blue nights and casual castanets, so that when you dance, all of that, bring the smile back in your voice when you dance, then that smile comes back in and it changes. It honestly will change if you do that, okay? I think we may have time to do it one more time. Do you have time to do it one more time? Okay. I spoke really quickly there. And don't be afraid to hold the end. Creole girl. It felt like it felt like it was a statement. Trust your technique. You have it, so use it. Real girl. Just keep it spinning and think the vowel. More think more Real girl. If you think but saying real girl. And then let it go, okay? I know I'm way lower than what you were, but I don't have E's. I'm a baritone, not a tenor. So try it again for me if you can.
From when you sing?
If that's where it's cued there, or you have it from the beginning?
Yeah, it's cued there.
Okay, start there then.
When you sing of young America. Great guns and battling bayonets. When you cry, do you think of Africa? Blue nights and casual canzonets. When you dance, do you think of Spain? Purple skirts and clipping castanets. Creole girl, Creole girl, Creole girl, Creole girl.
Nice. Check again. Also, those lower notes. So think of Africa, and then the other one was battling bayonets. The lower notes are not in tune. They're actually they're just the wrong note. It's more so not in tune. It's more just make sure you have those intervals, because I know it's so far from the upper ones that you've been singing up high. So just check those. Be very particular about that. Okay. But all in all, very good. Thank you very much for singing for me and singing for us, and continue to work very hard. But be brave to really try to find colors in your expression, so it's just not you singing beautifully. You know what I mean? Really go after. Think about what words mean to you. What you know, when you ask her about Africa. What is that? You said she was a woman of a lot of history, so she has thoughts of that. She's been to Africa. What is that? How is that connected to her? How is Africa connected to her? You know, and so make something of that. Okay, continue, and I wish you all the very best, and hope to see you one day on the stage.
Thank you, Mr. Adorno. Next, we have BOA member baritone, Mr. Edwin Jhamal Davis.
Hello. I will be singing Come dal ciel precipita by Giuseppe Verdi from Macbeth.
Studia il passo, mio figlio, uscendo queste tenebre, un senso ignoto, nascer mi sento in petto, di tristo presagio e di sospetto. Come dal ciel precipita l'ombra più sempre azzurra, in notte ugual trafila. mille affannose immagini, ma non già non sventura. E il mio pensiero incobrano di larve di terror. E il mio pensiero ingombrano di larve di terror. E il mio pensiero ingombrano di terror. E il mio pensiero ingombrano di terror. Ingombrano di terror e di terror e di terror.
Mr. Davis, Edwin, very, very, very nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very nice. Okay, so there is there are a lot of things that we can pull apart and think about. Okay, first of all, your character's name is, first of all, so people can know that you're not Macbeth here. You are
Right. Bongo.
You're Bongo. Okay,
Yes.
and you are, and do you know who you are, right?
Yes.
You are another. Tell us who you are.
Servant of the former king of Scotland named Duncan.
Right. Okay. So and in the opera, you know where this aria comes in the opera?
Yes.
You do. Okay. All right. So given some history, if you would bring us up, just not up to the whole speed of the whole opera, just right before this happens, right before your scene happens, what happens right before this?
So
or what happens with you right before this?
There is a spiritual occurrence of a sorts. 3 witches are telling me the vision of my impending doom. And this scene leads into me reminiscing the night that Duncan, the former king of Scotland, was murdered. And I'm noticing how the scenery is very much similar to that same night. And I feel the same sense of doom and gloom that I felt right before he was murdered. And now I'm basically walking into the same path with my son and like letting him know, as we enter the garden, be careful, study your steps, don't move too quickly because I feel like someone is watching me.
Good. Excellent. So with all of that said, now you have to let us understand that. That's what we have to understand, that first of all, that you're talking to someone, and that you're talking the person but that's what I wanted to get to, because my aim is not to say, do you know every word that you're saying? That's not what I'm not. I remember sitting in master classes or watching other people do master classes, and that was their big thing. What does that word mean? I'm not here to make you, I want you to feel good. I want you to be empowered to go and learn, but you have to remember that learning is self-imposed. Right. So whatever I'm asking you, whatever I'm speaking with you about today, I want you to go and research this. I want this to inspire you to want to dig deeper. I don't want you to be turned off. And, so what I'm going to say to you is that, but it will help if you will do this, and when you say the words that you're saying, that you understand the words that you're saying at that time. Only reason why I say that is because it will allow you to color it. It will allow you to color you're just saying, and then it would make you have a focus. So it's not just, oh, I hear this music. What is music? Or, and let me just put this look on. But you know what just happened from the scene before, and you want to think. So how would you think about that? Put it into, make it yours, because it's you. And this is the big thing about opera. Opera is has such a long history, and there's so many people that have gone before us. And a lot of the times they have people that did not look like us who sang the roles. So it feels like, and that's not anything to, it's nothing to go far deep on, because it's just the truth. It's just simply to say that now that you have an opportunity to sing Banquo, and you have an opportunity to sing Come dal ciel precipita, you can now make this your expression.
Right.
And if you are doing what you think somebody else did, I'm just saying, this is just conversation. This is not me. I'm not accusing you of this. I have to say this, it has to be said. So it's not about trying to do what somebody else did. It's about, now I have done my due diligence. I have studied this score. I've taken the music apart. I've taken the words apart. And you're a human, so you have emotions. So I know with these words, what emotion this invokes of me, what this brings out of me. So now I'm going to now show you what Edwin has to say.
Right.
Yeah, So I think that the beginning, if I didn't look at this aria a little bit before, I wouldn't have known that you were talking to your son.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I need you to say that to him. Study your steps as you go, as you move. Studia il passo mio figlio. Passo mio figlio. So you want to hear the passo o mio figlio. You want to hear all of those O's. So passo mio figlio. So o mio figlio. You can put double M's there because of the O. So studia il passo mio figlio. You have the right to do that. So I want you to make sure you're doing that there. Usciam da queste tenebre, okay? Tenebre, okay? So usham. So you have sham so sham. So I don't hear sham da que. I don't hear the note, that low note is not coming out. You're going to the correct. So I want you to give it its weight. I don't know the aria, so I'm just going to do those intervals for you. But you get what I'm saying. Yeah. So circle that. Make sure you're singing through that. Tenebre, okay, and tenebre. So I'm just going to ask you this because I want you to, because I didn't hear that. So I'm going to ask you. You know what tenebre means, right?
Yeah. Darkness.
Right. So I need that. I need to hear that. Right. So because if you know it. Tell it. If you sing this in English, study your steps, my son. Usham, let us, Usham,
leave from the darkness.
Let's get out. No, let us get out of this darkness. Let us get out of this darkness. Yeah. Out of the darkness is different from this darkness.
Right.
Because, it is more of what you're saying. You're not only talking about the darkness of the evening, you're also talking about the darkness of your mood, the darkness of what has just been said to you. That's what I'm talking about. Introspective thought about what you're doing, because then that gives you a palette of colors that you can just pull from. And then you're not just one sound. It has colors and dimensions. Okay. And I'm just, if you're learning from me and I'm supposed to be the master today, I'm just sharing things that have helped me. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm learning from you, you're learning from me, we're learning together. So I want you to take that journey with me. And I think that you'll find something. I think you'll find some other things in there that you can pull out of that. Okay. And the recipe is very important. It sets up the aria so wonderfully, because the aria sort of sings itself, but the recitative is for you. I mean, you can really take your time. Not so much take your time because it is an accompanied recit, but there are things that you can do. You can really color it, and really bring the mood so the aria can really work by itself.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go that to that tenebre o senso ignoto. Okay, keep going. Senso in me. Okay, the feeling that I have in my, on my chest that I'm feeling. I'm sorry, I'm just doing this off site. I'm doing this off site. So yeah. So and then like, because the end, do the last 3 measures. Say the last 3 measures for me.
E di sospetto.
Okay, so what is sospetto? Don't worry about it. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's suspicion. Suspicion. Right. Yes. So listen. That's okay. That's okay. I mean, it's not about it. It's not about that. I'm doing that for you. I'm not doing that for anybody else. Just like I can look up a word, or just if I happen to speak Italian, I might know it. But if you don't speak Italian, you have a book to look it up, right? So it's not, it's not like I'm better because I knew the word. You get what I'm saying? What I want you to understand is that word and is and of suspicion, and the suspicion, or the suspicion. So that has another color. You said it like it wasn't suspicion. You did, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. I want you to really think about what you're saying beforehand. Singing so quick. Singing happens so quickly, right? But your thought, you're thinking, this is going on because you're talking to your son and you're feeling this. And this suspicion, it has another kind of quality I would want you to find, is what I'm asking. Because the quality you gave me, I thought it was misleading. Okay?
Correct.
So let's do that again, if you don't mind. Let's just do the recit, only the recit. And I want you to take a minute before you press play, think about what I asked you, think about what you're going to do, and then go and do it. Then press it. So just think of a minute. I want you to have a minute, because it's quick. I just told you something, and you can't just, incorporate it that quick.
Question.
Oh yeah.
Is it okay to not use the track for the rest?
That's fine.
Okay. Because
I got you.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Studia il passo, mio figlio, usando queste tenebre. Un senso ignoto nascer mi sento in petto, pien di tristo presagio. E di
Nice. Okay, so let me ask you again. We're going to take a little bit of time on the rest. So let's do this for me. Don't sing so you see I'm trying to pick my words very carefully, right? Don't sing so heavy right there. Don't sing so heavy in the beginning. I mean, more like speech. So if you go, just speak that on pitch for me. Something's in Studia il passo mio figlio. 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 Now listen to this. Studia, studia il passo mio figlio. You hear what I did with the extra O?
Yeah.
Passo mio figlio. Yeah.
Leading it in. Okay.
Yeah, right, exactly. Because that'll let us hear the two O's that you're saying.
Okay.
Studia, passo, oh mio figlio, passo mio figlio.
Got it.
Because if you spoke, if Italian were speaking that, it would just be so easy. Like, how do you?
Yeah.
Because that's their language, right? But we can do it too. You can learn,
Right. So same place.
Yes, studio, studio.
Studia il passo mio figlio.
Continue.
Usciam da queste.
Okay, so we do usciam da. Don't close your throat.
Okay.
Don't close down. Keep it open. Say usciam da. See, usciam da queste tenebre. Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh no. Go for it. But you got what I'm saying on that. Usciam.
Yes.
Okay.
Usciam da queste tenebre.
Thank you. So we can do it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let it. You can't cheat us. Don't cheat us. Don't cheat us with the sound. If you want to give us that sound, if you're gonna give us that color, we want to hear it all the time. I mean, you know how it is. If you want, you want more of it, right?
Yeah.
So and always think that way. Always think through. Even because you have another one when you go. I think it's in the. Presagio. You do presagio. It's in front of you. You think of it down in front of you. You go down in front, but you have to stay suspended. So you don't don't close down the vowel. The throat. Okay. Okay. If you don't mind doing Usham.
No problem.
Usham da queste. Usciam da queste tenebre.
Do Usham again?
Usciam da queste tenebre.
Never go before your breath. Never start before your breath. Because if you do, then you'll go
right.
But Ushamda. Okay, you understand? If you go automatically with your breath, you won't have a problem. You won't ever have a problem with the onset. Okay.
5 minutes, Greene. 5 minutes.
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
From Usham?
Yep. Ushamda quest.
Okay.
Ushamda queste tenebre. Un senso ignoto nascer mi sento in petto.
Keep going. It's good.
Ien di tristo presagio.
Do you want a porta?
You should have a porta.
Okay.
Passaggio.
Okay. So
keep going. Len.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Pien. Yeah. Pendi. Yeah.
Ien di tristo presagio.
Not so much, not necessarily that big, but you got it.
Yeah.
Not that big, but it's just a little bit. Okay, keep going.
Sospetto.
Di sospetto. You get what I'm saying?
More.
Di sospetto. suspicious. You know,
Yeah.
that quality. Okay. Okay, call me the ciel, precipita. To start that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And remember, don't not you pray. Keep it. So it's it's buoyant. It's buoyant in the water. This buoyant. Buoyancy is this, not just this, but it's this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it. Give me one. Okay. Got it.
Come dal ciel precipita l'ombra più sempre oscura in notte ugual trafisse dunque il mio signor.
Good. I'm gonna help you with just one little thing here, and then I don't know if we don't have time to do all of it, but okay, this I'm just gonna start right on. So if you go do that.
Wah.
Wah wah wah. Start with your breath on the ooh. Start with your breath on the onset. Now do dunko. Yes, that should felt easier. That should be easier because what you're doing, you make it dunko, dunko. You're at the end of boom. Dunka. You on the ooh, the end. All of those are singable. You can sing on that end. You know, because that's really not this really is called, you know, you want to go all the way to the end, the end of that phrase. You know what I'm saying? It's not, not just that's not the climax of the whole thing. You know what I mean? You want to go.
Señores.
Yes, exactly. Yes, I'm so sorry. Yes, so absolutely. Yes, could you do that again for me, if you don't mind doing that? You know, thing quality.
Okay.
The
same breath.
Yes, if you can.
Getting to il mio señor.
If you can, let's see if you can do it. If you can, don't worry. But if you don't, take the breath. But I want that feeling.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes. And the more you really understand that buoyant thing, you will really be a Signor. You can really plead for God. You know, you can really, say the Lord. Say Lord.
Sorry.
That's time. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Ask your question. Go ahead.
So, particularly in this aria, a lot of times I've noticed conductors as well as in coachings, they're asking to add more length to the phrases. So a lot of times it makes it feel as though doing it in one breath is virtually impossible. But I know that it's an effect because it's it's written into the music of how to phrase it. But I think that I misinterpret elongating the phrases or letting the phrases sing themselves because, Verdi's Verdi. Yeah. But this particular aria, just like any other Verdi rep, has its own underlying gravitas. And it's usually with him being a notable, There's a certain expectation of things like, I guess, having an air of longevity because every single thing is important. So like when I'm thinking about no te igual trafficero dunca no el mio señor, that feels too fast, but I understand like in the actual context of the music that it's not. But it's like
no. Take your breath. We trafficero. You can take that like you did. Trafficero. You can snatch a breath there. Dunca no il mio signor.
Got it.
Signor.
So that breath needs to be a part of the phrase then.
Yes, the breath is a part of it. And you just said the main thing is that it has its own gravitas to it already. So you don't have to add. So if you're weighting your voice down to make it this sound, you don't have to do it. You just ride the air, ride that phrase, ride it, but staying connected, staying completely stable at the bottom, but you really have that buoyant kind of thing, so you can really do that because it's like an accordion. So you can really have that kind of the elasticity, that elastic feeling, you know. And I wish we had more time and I could work with you longer. But I think if you just take the nuggets that we just spoke about and really investigate it for yourself, I think you'll be okay. And you can always ask me questions. You can get with Angela and write down a question, and I wouldn't mind getting back with you via email.
No problem.
Yeah, okay. But all the best to you. Great sound.
Thank you.
Continue to work hard and be brave.
Yes.
Right. Yes. You have a right to be. You have a right to sing it. You have a right to be there. But only the right that you have is only given to you if you do the work. So if you're doing the work and you're studying and you're going after it, you have a right to emote and to express and to present it to the world.
All right.
All right. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Now comes our question and answer session. So those who are watching on Facebook, if you have any questions for Mr. Greene, please post it in the comments. If those who are watching on Zoom, if you have any questions, just put them in the chat and I will relay them to Mr. Greene. Okay, Mr. Greene. So my first question for you is, how did COVID, the shut-in, the pandemic, how did it affect you during and after?
Well, during it, I was very blessed and fortunate to still work. So I still work. I had actually worked. I did, as you mentioned in the bio, that I did Teatro on der Wien. On der Wien in Vienna. They did a Porgy and Bess, and I happened to be able to do Porgy there. And so that I worked for that little time, that section, that time, and then I had no more work after that. So for a little bit, for like some months.
Right.
So it was and it was a time of introspection, of being very introspective for myself. I thought about things in a different way, more about me as a singer, more as me as an artist. And then I got in touch with a little bit of just quiet time. And I had my kids and my family, so I was a little bit pulled in many different directions. But that stillness that I had for the artist, Eric, was very crucial. It was very helpful. I mean, really, it put a lot of things into perspective for me, and realizing what I wanted to say when I got back on stage, you know, and the desire I had to really know that this was the strongest vibration that I have, that I wanted to vibrate, and I had something to say. And so it made me realize that.
That's good. That's a great answer. Wonderful answer. So both of these young men are in programs. Mr. Davis is in the Young Artist Program at Atlanta, and Mr. Adorno is at Potsdam. He is a senior. He's about to graduate.
Oh, wow.
What advice would you give them as an artist on the precipice of becoming a professional, actual professional artist? What advice would you give them?
I say utilize the time that you have where you're not under the spotlight. And then it may seem like you're under the spotlight because you're in school, you have to prepare your juries and things like that. You're at a young artist program, you have to prepare a role, and you're going to do this. You have what is it called? Accent role in this opera. You know, you're not the main character, but you have an accent role, and you really want to do it well. So you're under the spotlight, and they feel like that. But that is your time. That is your time to grow and to develop, and utilize it as that, and really get all you can get from that place that you're in at that moment. You know, take the time to really listen to a lot of music. Take the time to even to look at music, to learn music, learn art songs. You know, put together a recital or something. You know, and I think I know that you've been a champion of this, and a lot of your other colleagues that are with CAAPA have been encouraging people to make their own platforms, to make a lot of people have been saying that. But you know, the main thing, if you're a classical singer, put together, you have the time to put together a recital. That's something that the music that means something to you in all the different languages that you want to sing them in, and present it and get it together. So when you go somewhere else, you can say, oh, I would like to do a recital. May I do a recital here? Or you have an opportunity for a recital. That gives you an opportunity to continue to work on your craft. Yes. So do those couple things, do those two things, get all you can get from the facilities that you're in, and then take the time to learn music, to look at music. You have the downtime of not learning under pressure. So many times I'm learning under pressure because I have 3 operas that I'm learning at the same time. I mean, I had to learn Rigoletto, Wotan, and Il Prigioniero at the same time. And all 3 of those, and I was, I didn't, is everybody looking? Okay. Everybody looking? All right, I want you to look real good. And if I didn't have all this shade, you would stick, okay? Because that's what that does. That's what that does, I mean, I hold my hands up, it's trembling, still trembling, because it's a lot to go. But, you have to do what you have to do. And all of it has to be on and then you're in the spotlight. Now that's the spotlight. That's a spotlight, when it's there, when it's with London Symphony Orchestra, when it's here, and I'm grateful for these things, but these things are nerve-wracking. Right. But you can go into it with more calm if you have the time to do it. So look at things that you think you might want to do.
Okay. So some folks who are watching may still be in school. They may still be in the process of school. Yeah. I've asked this of all my music masters, what is, when you were in school, what is it now that you're a professional in the business, what is it that you wish you had known back while you were in school?
Yes.
That you want to portray to the students who are listening now.
Yes. I mean, it's especially if you're just starting a university or a conservatory, whichever one. If you are a musician that has the instrument of the voice only, look, please take the time to get in with some class, some practice class, some course that teaches you the piano. Yes. Because the piano, it will be your friend. It will help you to learn your music. Beforehand, it can save you a couple dollars. If you can learn it well and learn to play it well enough, you can be your first repetiteur in a way. Hear your music for the first time yourself. That's not the advice. That's not the advice that was given to me. That's not the experience I had. So I do pay money for coaches. However, I can play the piano enough to play my part. I learned the theories. I know note values and note key signatures and things like that. So I can play enough to get myself to stand before a coach. Right. However, I don't play enough. I'm not pianistic at all. I'm not
me either.
At all. But that doesn't make you less of a musician, but it makes you have to pay more money. But my other things are good. My ear training, good. If you're in college or conservatory, get the ear training. Don't renege. Don't shuck out on that. Do the work. Work hard to train your ear. So intervals. So when I sing new music, when I'm singing music that is 21st century or 20th century, because you will have a career. If a career in opera will be a career of singing new music, because you cannot. No one wants to continue to sing or the archaic
Mhm.
operas all
Mhm.
the time. You know,
Right.
someone may fancy your voice and say, I want to write something for you. You can't say, well, write it just like Verdi wrote. You know, you're going to have different time signatures. So really take the time to learn all you can about this whole big thing called music.
Yeah.
Get as prepared as you can, so you can be able to stand on your feet securely.
Wonderful, wonderful. If we can bring on Mr. McQueen from BOA, from the Leadership Council, if we can bring him on to say a few words. Hello, Mr. McQueen.
Hello, sir. I think I came to the stage a little early.
That's all
Sorry about
right. That's all
that.
right. We got it covered. We got it covered.
Yeah, but thank you so much for having me, Mr. Greene. Thank you so much for your expertise. It's so incredible for me to see you work live in the moment. I think that's phenomenal. So, for folks watching who may not be familiar with the Black Opera Alliance, the mission of the Black Opera Alliance is to empower Black classical artists and administrators by exposing systems of racial inequity and underrepresentation of the African diaspora in all facets of the industry and challenging institutions to implement drastic reform. So when we talk about those systems of racial inequity, among those is the lack of focus on our voices. And I'm not just talking about our perspectives, which is also important. Black people, we have very unique hair, we have very unique bodies, unique experiences, but also unique physical voices. Our instruments are unique. So events like these are exactly the type of thing that we love supporting, love promoting, and can't wait to see more of. Outward focus on the industry did begin much of the work of the Black Opera Alliance, working with opera companies to have positive impacts on hiring and staging and even who's behind the stage. One of the big things that we've always focused on is hair and makeup, making sure that there are folks in those spaces who know how to work with our hair and our bodies, our skin tones. And while there has been lots of positive impact in that regard, we've begun focusing more inward, really supporting Black opera professionals directly so that they have the tools to engage the industry and have successful, bright, and blooming careers. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about the Black Opera Alliance, we have a website, blackopera.alliance.org. You can connect with us on the Black Opera Alliance Facebook page and even reach out to any of us on the Leadership Council individually. We're always here to help and support. I just want to offer a huge thanks once again to Mr. Greene for this brilliant masterclass. Huge thanks to Angela and Fiona for putting everything together and corralling us all here. And thanks to each and every one of you watching. We can't do events like these without your support. I want to pull on one thread, Mr. Greene, that you said, be brave. I think that is so important, in these days when there's so much going on. We're trying to transition away from quarantine and all of those things. There is a lot of fear. What if I, don't do well at this audition? Or what if I can't get funding for X, Y, and Z? And while those concerns are real concerns, the thing that our people have overcome, in the past, far outweigh many of the things that we have to overcome in our lives today. So I just want to reiterate that phrase, be brave, and let's continue to show the world exactly what we can do with our voices and with our musical perspectives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. McQueen. Thank you so much. Last words, Mr. Greene.
I want to say thank you to CAAPA. Thank you, Angela, my dear friend, a friend of mine, and she has proven to be my friend. And I always say it to her, and she knows I mean it from my heart. And I am thankful that I had an opportunity again to share. And I think that this is what this is all about. I mean, you just don't share on stage; you share off stage, and I love the opportunity to give back and to inspire another generation of singers. And I am encouraged by what we heard today, by what really want us to not rest on the fact that we have beautiful voices or that we can make a sound, but really go delve into it as an ambassador. Be an ambassador of what you're doing. If it's if it's classical music, if it's opera, if it's art song, get into it wholeheartedly and do it and make a difference. Make a difference in what you're doing, not just for it. Don't get into it for any other reason except that you absolutely love it and that it is your calling, in a way. It has to be something, because it takes so much, and you sacrifice so much is sacrificed in order to have what,
Yes.
a career. And, and the career is doesn't always give back to you what you've put into it, because that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. You're not there to receive all that you think you're supposed to, because what you think is what you think, but what reality is totally different. So you have to get into it because you love it, and it is definitely your calling. So I encourage, all of us who are listening, and those who are all, when I say all of us, I mean fellow artists and young artists, to get into it and give it your all. Leave it all right there in the practice room. Leave it in the at the desk, at your study place. Leave it on the stage, wherever you're doing what you're doing. If you're in the study stages, if you're in development stages, if you're in the actual performing stage, if you're at the stage where you are professional, ultra professional, get invigorated to do that, and really, let's bring some more light to the world. We need more and more light. It's a dark world we live in, and it's getting darker by many, so much darkness around, but we have the light. So shine it.
Thank you, Mr. Greene. Thank you so much. So this concludes our last CAAPA's virtual masterclass of 2022 with members of the Black Opera Alliance. I hope everyone enjoyed the performances, as well as took away some valuable insight from Mr. Greene. CAAPA would like to thank the Leadership Council members, Garrett, McQueen, and Reykwaan Davis, Mr. Reykwaan Adorno, Mr. Edwin Jhamal Davis, and finally, Mr. Eric Greene. Thank you for joining us for today's masterclass. Keep a lookout for our announcements for upcoming masterclasses in 2023. If you are interested in having the CAAPA Virtual Masterclass Series partner with your institution, please stay and watch our exit video, which will have our contact information. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We at CAAPA wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless.